Okay, so welcome to our first series, first episode, part 2, where we have an interesting conversation going on with the founder of Yaha Events, Mr. Rushabh Gujar, where in the first part, I think we discussed an overview of how the events industry is placed in today's world and what the role of it is. Now, let's go in a bit more depth about Yaha, about how you have actually risen and had the jumps. So, okay, to start with, is there any particular event that was a turning point in your life?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I believe every event of mine has been a turning point for me to, till now, till date, as much as I've been working. Every event are like 10 steps up of the previous event.
Wow.
But to talk about a specific
Continuous growth.
continuous growth, which is, so I consider every event to be a turning point because it's taking me somewhere
Correct.
more larger scale.
Correct.
And but to talk about a specific turning point,
Yes.
so in 2020, 2021, sorry. So until that time, I was a management company. I used to just manage events and create events. I should not do the technicals or the decors or something. Everything.
That all was outsourced.
Okay. But I would like to mention, today I am an A to Z in-house company.
Oh wow.
So let it be decor, technicals, anchors, DJs, everything is in-house. In own boundary limits.
So what got this turn?
Yeah. So the specific turning point is this event. I'll not be able to mention the name for sure.
Okay.
About what it was and everything. But that event, I had a very good experience about the industry, which taught me to be Atmanirbhar, which taught me to be very individually strong when you're working in the industry. So I had completed a discussion round with my client. I had closed an event, I had collected an advance. And when I went into the industry, all the people who were saying, ho jayega, turned their hands and moved back. Oh, sorry. And it was just 4 days from the event. And it was a very, very, very big brand I was working with for the first time in my event life. Okay. So I would like to mention my partner Mahima Pala. She just came into the picture in Yaha Events before this wedding.
Okay.
Like 6 months before this event. And she has been a turning point with me, which made this as a turning point. So one evening when we were sitting and we were all stressed, what to do. Mahima just made an attempt and said, Rushabh, leave everything. We have the funding. Let's go out and buy everything. Oh, so we don't need any vendors. We don't need any helping hands. So that night we decided, next day morning we left for another state to buy everything. Over a day, over 12 hours, we purchased everything. We placed our orders a day before the wedding. We don't know anything, what the material is, how it has to be placed, how it has to be used, how the sound wires are to be inserted. We don't know anything. A day before the wedding, the material comes to our no go down again. So we were a management company. We never need to go down.
Right.
So I remember a few of my friends who helped me out in this. I took 3 parkings in the society and placed my stuff in every parking of the society, and then connecting the wires and that. That event was a nightmare, but which completed successfully. But after that event, that was one turning point which I thanked Mahima, I thanked myself, and the guts we could get that.
I think thank all the vendors who
all the
told you a
vendors
no.
who said me a no and gave me an opportunity to do my own stuff. And today I'm completely happy.
So I think sometimes what looks like a stumbling block is actually a stepping stone to.
Definitely. So that's where I could say I thought I'm going to go a big time blown up from the industry. I've taken a big event which the entire city is looking forward to.
Wow.
And there were around 6 companies who were the top-notch companies in the city who were pitching for this event, which we got in our hand. And blowing it up for a silly mistake would be a great thing. But that event helped me to come up everywhere.
That's nice. Okay, something which I'm really looking forward to, because mainly this is my first attempt. I am myself figuring out things in life. So, what are your strategies to market and promote your events efficiently?
So my marketing strategies and my promotional activities are something which I can't.
Okay.
Sorry to make it suspended, but that is something which the company is going on.
Is it because on the other side of the camera could be your competition itself?
Definitely yes.
Okay, I'm your friend. Tell it to me off.
Definitely.
Okay, so I think my next question actually was how did you face a major setback in life, any one of your biggest failures, and how you overcome it? But I think your previous answer was the answer to this, so I'll skip this question. Coming to the next one, what according to you is the role and how important is the need of teamwork and collaboration in your industry or in any industry?
So let it be any industry, let it be a product industry or let it be a service industry. When you talk about a product industry, you want to deliver something somewhere. There are multiple people. There is a manufacturing company who manufactures it. There is a logistic company who provides it to you. There is your marketing and your sales team which is selling it. Your logistic team who is delivering it.
Right.
So all of these chain of supply should be in your connect. So your manufacturer should be in your good touch and very well collaborated with you.
Correct.
So even if the demand is high and the supply is low, we can help you out. Secondly, even if it's a COVID, your logistic person can deliver it to you.
Right.
Your sales team sitting at home in a COVID can do the sales online, and your logistic person even at night 12 o'clock should be ready to supply it. So by this chain, you will never fail to give any product, any service, or any good to any of your customer, and your customer will be satisfied to it. So teamwork and collaboration is the most important. Where you have the best collaboration, then the strongest team.
That's nice. Okay, so my next question, Rushabh, what role does networking play in this industry, and why is this in all industries? I think networking as a whole, I think you have a very good network. Like, see, you're at the Raj podcast, so I think that speaks about the network you hold. So, what role? I'll have this question in two parts. First, what's the role of networking according to you? And second, what advice would you want to give to the young entrepreneurs or the young professionals who are building their careers, their brands with the topic of networking?
So networking is one of the most important factor of a service industry.
Okay.
A very simple cross question to you: why will anyone buy your service? For example, a housekeeping service, cleaning your house. There are n number of people in the market working. Why will someone buy from you? So networking is the main important thing out here. And before even going to that question, I would talk about the word network. A network is created when you are humble to people, when you are talkative in public, and when you are seeking some attention from people when you are in some event and people are around. So being humble, a person will like to talk with you. Being talkative, a person will talk more to you. And getting some attention, a person will remember you. So this is the most important part when you go towards networking.
Okay, so humble, talkative, and
a bit of attention.
I think, to be very honest, when I asked this question, I was expecting something like बड़े लोगों से मिलो, यहाँ माथा मारो, बड़े लोगों को फोन करो, इससे फोन करवाओ. That builds network. But when you started with to build a network, you need to be humble. I think that's something. If ask me, at least till now, what I take back home after today's podcast, where I think our tagline also for the Raj podcast is "Learning never stops." So of course, I'm here to learn. But of course, I think the first learning I take along is humility is the base to build a network. So I think that's something that has flawed me.
Definitely. And the second part of the network.
I mean, that's the first part. Like what the importance of network.
So after telling you the meaning of network for me, what it is, when I come to the thing when you said बड़े लोगों को call करो या बड़े लोगों से बात करो माथा मारो, I guess that is a part to sell your product.
Okay.
Because these big people are going to help you sell your product. But very important before this is also the smallest person. Take an example of a rickshaw. A rickshawala can be the most important. A rickshawala or a tempo wala can be the most important network for you at a certain point of time.
I think it's like a circle where everything is important. That's a 360-degree network. That's okay. And what advice would you want to give to our young professionals to build their net? No, I think this question holds no
The first
meaning.
three questions.
The first
three points were the
perfect. So there's no advice needed after that. So the key advice I think is humility. That's the base. So coming to my next question, Rushabh, can you share some example of a time where you had to take a very, very critical and tough decision which had a very significant impact on the entire event or the entire outcome?
So I will not talk about a specific event, but a significant impact on all the events, I would say.
But with a tough decision.
With a very tough decision.
Oh, okay.
So as I shared on one of the previous questions, when the industry took its hands back.
Right, yes.
That was one of the toughest decisions of my life. Where actually we both partners were arguing with each other, and it was a kind of a conflict that no, I don't feel so. Like I was on the part of no, I don't feel so, it's right. And my partner, she was like, "Nee, Rushabh, this has to be done." Right. So that time, giving up, this is also important thing. I trusted my partner, and I somewhere thought that this would be a good thing in the future, even if it's a biggest risk right now. And taking the right decision at that time was very much essential, which changed the entire event graph of my event.
Okay, so that was actually a tough decision for you because you were coming out of your comfort zone, out of your way of thinking, out of your way of doing events for the last so many years.
So somewhere risk is a very important factor in every business. So that night, that day, that conflict was the risk which we had to take. It was a conflict between the partners and even with your own head. Are you doing right? Are you doing wrong? Are you doing right? Are you doing wrong? Until and unless the event didn't happen that day.
Right.
So that was the biggest conflict which I had and the best decision which we made.
Wow. Okay. Now a question for which I'm actually interested. Today I see event organizing companies coming up every single day. Like रोज देखो एक नया कंपनी आ रहा है, लग रहा है कि लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. When it is such a tough competition, how do you face it? Where literally every day there's a new one who will come up maybe with a better product, maybe with a better service, maybe with a cheaper cost than you, yet to have your foot in the market.
So, I see this as a very good thing.
Okay.
It's better. Every day new event companies are coming up. And all the 4 points which you said. More the companies, more you get sorted.
Why would you say that? Don't you get disturbed?
No, I will never get disturbed by that fact. The newer the company, the lesser the experience.
Right.
The older the company, the more the experience. So whenever you sit in a meeting and the client talks about new companies, you have the time period which you have been working. Point number one. Point number two, you get a competition more and more every day because you have been working in the industry for a longer time.
Right.
You know more of it. You have more of the experience. You get to stand up about it every time a client asks. And thirdly, about cheaper costs. I would be more than happy for that. See, if he is giving the cheaper cost or the company is giving the cheaper cost, I get to stand out that I don't sell it at the cheaper cost. I am costly. So I am costly. I am not available for everyone.
ऊंचे लोग ऊंची पसंद.
Yeah, so I am not available for everyone. मैं सस्ते में बेच रहा हूँ तो मैं सस्ते लोगों के लिए बेच रहा हूँ. मैं महंगे में बेच रहा हूँ तो मैं ब्रांड से ले बेच रहा हूँ.
Wow, that's a good perspective. So somewhere competition pushes you to work better, and somewhere it even takes away the wrong customers के नहीं चाहिए भाई मुझे.
If there was no competition, you have never grown.
Right.
You have never thought you didn't have that fear कि यार इससे अच्छा करना.
Wow, I like that.
And with the thing which you said about newer concepts, you have a competition, you are worried he has a better concept, he can have a better concept, so you study more. You do more, and that is a thing you have to keep in touch with your team. You do more and more. So more competition, more media, more higher.
I like that. Okay, coming to something where this is a question which I think people would be excited for. Sometimes, if there's a client where there are conflicting expectations, where they are only not like for example, say if it's an event, a family event, where a husband and wife together have come to give to set up their expectations with you. पर कभी अगर वो लोग ही align ना, the husband wants to do something else, the wife wants to do something else,
I get it.
and they've come to you, and now both are your clients. Customer is God. You cannot tell them that no, you are wrong. Sometimes, even if it's obvious that one is a better option, one is not, but you can't tell that to the client. How do you deal with this conflicting expectations and you know what I mean? How do you handle that situation?
So let me tell you, I have been in this situation before.
Okay.
I have tried to understand the problem and solve it. But then lately I understand that oh no, I didn't have to do it.
Okay.
I didn't have to solve the problem. Because as you said, customer is the God.
Right.
And the wife is the goddess. She's happy, she keeps her husband happy, and the husband pays you from it. So listen to the wife and go ahead.
I like that. Is it out of experience?
Definitely out of experience.
Okay. Coming to my next question, I think this is a very important one as we are proceeding in this 21st century, where with things like global warming, temperature, climate changes, and all of that, as our responsibility and duty towards the environment, what according to you is the importance of sustainability and environmental consciousness, specifically in the event organizing field, and how do you incorporate those principles in your working?
So the era which we are moving forward with, the startups which we are looking forward to, which are coming up in later in life, you just have a note of it. It's all about ecosystem. It's all about eco-friendly environment. It is all about a green cover on the planet. It is all about sustainability, the key word in today's era. And then it is about AI, artificial intelligence, or hydro cars, or everything.
So are the events of Yaha of a sustainable nature or?
Definitely. So 50% of our clientele is which works with the sustainable nature.
Oh wow, okay.
And
so is it something that the clients also want?
Definitely the clients every time want this. Few of the clients, 50% are who want a jazzy thing, 50% are who want something very aesthetic, but at the same time soothing the nature.
Wow, okay. The question which I can't. Okay, so how easy or difficult is it to satisfy clients?
Understand the needs, understand the taste, they're satisfied. Many a times what happens is, again there are two types of clients. Many a time what happens is client just comes with a mindset. Client has something on his mind. You put your team to it for a week to slog, think ideas, you take it to it. So you first need to understand your client. Is he open to your feedback? Is he open to your new ideology, new ideation, new creation? If yes, then definitely that is a very important thing. Because all clients are not that type. But if your client has come with a big bang wearing all the shimmer and all the glam, then definitely he has something which is seen before. He has come with that. So understand his point first and then portray it. If you every time try to create something new, you lose out on many clients. Because every client is not a person who wants something out of the box.
So it's easy to satisfy them as far as you understand their needs. Perfect. Okay, so the key to satisfying is them
understanding.
Perfect. Okay. What I would also want to know, Rushabh, is that how do you handle criticism from clients? Sometimes it's possible that you've put in really hard, you worked hard, you've slogged, you've given your best, and at the end of it, and sometimes it is exactly the way the client wanted it, as per your first meeting. You did everything, and after it, what you receive is criticism. But before you answer, we'll come to a hold in our part 2 over here right now, and we'll discuss the answer to this in part 2.
Sure.